What does the president of the University of Georgia have to say about little pieces of coal like this? Coming up on Grady Newsource. Dream big, hope big, relay big. That is the rallying cry for colleges across the state coming here actually with one purpose: to fight cancer. General Motors is recalling thousands of Cadillacs, Chevrolets, and Buicks for safety reasons. Here's the list of recalled models. Cadillacs may have ineffective headrests. Buicks and Chevrolets may have functional problems with airbags. If you have any concerns, please contact your GM dealer, or you can call Cadillac at the number below. Now, some students may not be so keen as Taylor Lee to cash out some big bucks for something so small. What Oconee County organization has actually got me dressed up like this on Grady Newsource? Captain Holman also says that him and his department have started an initiative to make people aware of the dangers of traveling home alone on foot, and he says you should call a cab. This is Joshua Buce, live from the newsroom, Grady Newsource. Yes, after speaking with educators and students today, I've gotten the general consensus that, students are excited to make the leap from this type of book, well, to something a little more advanced like this. It looks like a crime scene. 38 taped outlines were spread all over Tate Plaza to signify transgender victims that have been killed this year alone. Reporter Danielle Brown says it's all to make an impact on passersby. Now, the American Cancer Society here in Athens, Georgia, and in Atlanta are both helping to sponsor the Relay for Life conference. Now, I'll tell you one thing, the ladies upstairs are not afraid to talk about how much they love this organization, especially with the fact that Relay for Life is the most successful nonprofit fundraising event in the entire world. The Georgia unemployment rate has dropped to 8.7%. That's 1% below where it stood over a year ago. The Department of Labor says it's from an increase in almost 70,000 jobs. Some of the largest sectors affected are in hospitality and food and beverage. And nowhere was it more evident than on West Broad Street here in Athens this morning. The redcoats are lined up. People are waiting, and flags are being raised. But for what? Burgers, shakes, and skinny fries. Steak and Shake off West Broad Street is finally open, but this new restaurant is serving the community more than just burgers. Co-owner Jason Watson was eager to say,
we currently employ 135, of which over 60 came off unemployment.
Wow, that's wonderful.
That's awesome, isn't it?
Watson says he feels most comfortable hiring those who are in serious need of a job. He believes his employees coming off unemployment are some of his hardest workers. He says they understand the value of holding a job.
It's really something that I'm proud to be behind. We fit all demographics of people.
Watson encourages all in the community to apply. And Shake hopes to open their 24-hour operation schedule beginning in February. Students are sitting in a circle, clapping their hands, and preparing for their morning lesson. But what are they using? Smartboards, netbooks, and even Xboxes. Over 80 educators visited Barrow Elementary on a bus tour to celebrate the use of technology in classrooms.
These kids are going to succeed because of the environment that they're learning in, and they're learning the way that the world is learning today, and not the way that we learned 20 and 30 years ago with textbooks and chalkboards. That's not the way of the world anymore.
Yes, after speaking with educators and students today, I've gotten the general consensus that, students are excited to make the leap from this type of book, well, to something a little more advanced like this. Media specialist Andy Plemons applied for the honor earlier this year. His students showcased programs like Prezi, iMovie, and Photo Story to their visitors.
I think students need to be able to create information as well as consume information, and technology really gives them many avenues for how to do that.
The visitors' tour guides, well, they were the students themselves.
I like the netbooks the best because you can do a lot of stuff. They're just like little mini computers.
I normally use my netbook, and it's really fun, and most of the time when I have extra time, I'll check my email or change some of my backgrounds.
Josh, this must have been terrifying for the victim and his wife.
Yes, the couple was actually at home when they heard someone trying to kick in the front door of this house on Jefferson River Road. Now, the house number is 400. What happened after that is still under investigation. Here is what is known. An elderly African-American male was found lying on the floor of his house late last night. The Athens-Clarke County Police Department received a call about a burglary in progress. Responding officers found 76-year-old Edward Davidson shot and killed. According to Lieutenant Lee Dahl, 2 individuals are believed to be involved. Davidson's wife placed the 911 call but was unharmed by any intruders. Now, the crime took place in a sparsely developed neighborhood 5 miles northwest of downtown Athens. Now, according to Crime Stoppers, there will be a reward issued for the apprehension of any of the suspects. Live from the newsroom, I'm Joshua Buce, Grady Newsource. People are coughing, then suddenly dropping dead. But why? UGA's Beyond Coal is calling for President Adams to shut down the on-campus coal plant. Beyond Coal and other students had the opportunity to speak with him last night at Open Mic with Mike. Adams says he enjoys working with the students.
It helps me know about some issues that I might otherwise not know about and can then deal with.
Now, President Adams, whose office is in this building right here, actually hosts these open mics twice a year. And sometimes they talk about graduate studies as well as teacher evaluations. But this year, it was all about the coal. Beyond Coal Executive Board Representative Tyler Faby says,
this is a good opportunity to shift priorities and realize that climate change and decentralized renewable energy is something that they need to commit to now.
When asked to give his opinion on climate change and his stance on alternative energy, Adams responded,
I think the more sustainable, long-term types of energy that we can find to use to power places like this, the better off we all are.
President Adams spoke with Faby afterwards and agreed to schedule a meeting. Now, President Adams did say that he doesn't believe the situation or the issue will be solved before he leaves because the cost is a little too high at the moment. However, he does want to come to a short-term compromise. I'm Joshua Buce, live from UJ's campus for Grady Newsource. A mother helps her son get dressed, makes some cinnamon rolls, and gives him ice cream money. But wait, what is she wearing? A petticoat, a blouse, and a bonnet. Laura Sherman oversees the Oconee County chapter of the Junior American Citizens, or the JAC, a group dedicated to teaching American Revolutionary War history to children.
Kids need to know who they are and where they come from. Those are some of the things that I want our children to know about in this next generation. The schools do a fantastic job, but they have a lot on their plate, and this is our focus. This is what we deal with specifically.
Some of their activities include the recitation of the preamble and field trips to different battlegrounds.
A lot of the younger kids love dressing up. They will come whether we ask them to or not in their costumes.
Sherman encourages all to learn about their patriotic heritage, even news reporters. And at the Sherman household, I've learned some important lessons today, actually, about our historic government documents. We have the Declaration of Independence, which declares our independence. We also have the Constitution, which strengthens our central government. And we also have the Bill of Rights that protects our own personal liberties. Sherman's son Jack says he enjoys learning about American history, but he looks forward to dressing up in costume the most. His favorite part.
I know you don't really wear this, but I like this the most.
This is Joshua Buce, Grady Newsource.
Perfect union.